with, who some viewers will be familiar with from season gone by, but also a little bit familiar faces at the back, but a little bit of a shake-up. We've got Jack Brown, who we're normally used to seeing at right back. He's starting at left centre back alongside Daniel Martins and Aidan Clockerty. We've seen him at right back plenty of times, but again, it's not his most familiar position. Quite often plays at right wing as well, so he's back at right back in place of Jack Brown, who's moved across into centre back. But then you've got the class Robbie Stewart left back, ready again with even more experience than before.
Let's Camelon get us underway here at Alliance Park. Stripped out in an all red kit, and the Braves in this different kit, white today, of course. It's our opposition that start off in possession, but quickly turn it over as Christian Getka gets a touch in midfield and gives it out to Robbie Stewart on the left-hand side. Glancing up the left now, looks like Conor McLaren will be the one to start on that left wing, with Zach Butterworth on the right, and some neat interplay early in from the Braves, and just gets a bit sticky there, but out of play. But something looks like Lennon Walker will be playing that number 10 position, naturally a winger, but it's something we've seen the likes of Scott Kuzik as well. Came into the club as a winger, and Ricky moved him into that central position, so you can certainly see the attributes that a winger can have moving into that role, can't you, Fraser?
Yeah, for sure. I think you can see that. I think Ricky obviously likes an attacking player to be able to be quite fluid across that front line. Camelon here, the first chance to attack, taking Aidan Clockerty down to the byline, but the ball runs out. Well defended by Aidan Clockerty, didn't have too much to do there, but he did it well. And Brenny White plays to Jack Brown, who gets his first touch of the game at centre back, looks comfortable there. Out to Robbie Stewart. Be interesting to see how that pairing works today. Jack Brown goes long initially, just puts too much on it. Nice touch from the Camelon centre back, turns and goes back to the goalkeeper. It sort of hits and hopes up to Aidan Clockerty. Dan Martins comes across there just to see the ball out for a throw in, taking no chances. Camelon work the ball fast into it, just on the edge of the box there. And now move it into the centre of the midfield. Plays it in. Daniel Martins gets caught wrong side. Not quite sure what the referee's signal is here.
I think it's a penalty. Has it been given as a penalty, or is that just the edge of the box there?
Yeah, I think it's edges, but he didn't point to the spot, so I think that's a free kick. But Daniel Martins there.
Certainly an inviting area though here for a free kick for the opposition.
Possibly too inviting, actually. It's too close. They'd maybe want that just to be a couple of yards back to allow a bit more chance to get the ball up and down, but definitely an opportunity here for Camelon. He steps up, and what a save from Bernie White, testing the palms of the American shot stopper.
Oh, he's done well there, Bernie, hasn't he? Because that was a powerfully struck effort. Quite a comfortable height for him, but he's done well to pour that one away there.
Yeah, I think waiting for power there. I think it would have been difficult to get it up and over, so he's just put the laces through it. And Bernie White will be happy to have been tested and to have passed the test this early into the season. Jack Brown now clears. Sun causing some problems there for the centre back, but he does well. Now Camelon will come again. Sustained period of pressure here. Christian Getka's making his presence felt. Maybe a little bit too much according to the referee, so Camelon again will get a free kick. A little bit further out than before. Possibly just a wee bit too far out, but definitely within range if someone's got a good free kick on them. It looks like they're setting up to cross this in here as the captain stands over the ball.
Another chance to swing this one into the box here, but pushing around in there. And suddenly you see Reg McLaren's got some good size in him, immediately going into mark a man in the middle, and who swung in and well met by Robbie Stewart, who is going to put that one out for a corner. Quite a strong start from visitors here, opening minutes.
Yeah, the Braves sort of initially, the first minute of the game, sort of putting pressure in the Camelon half, but since then it's been all Camelon, but we are only 5 minutes in, so nothing, not to worry Ricky too much so far.
Yeah, and great to be back at Alliance Park though today, Fraser, and plenty of people tuning in for the first time from the USA and around the world. So great to see the comments coming in as ever. One of our favourite things is getting those comments dropping in. So let us know where you're watching from as this corner comes into the middle. It's going to drop down. Daniel Martins is there to get it away. But definitely drop a comment in. Let us know where you're watching from today, and we'll give you as many shout-outs as we possibly can. The ball has swung back in again, and it's got to be dealt with here. Drops out to the edge of the box, and that'll be a free kick for the Braves. For Fraser, it has been great to watch the progression of the club off the park as well over recent months. So much going on.
Yeah. So much going on. I feel like there's articles on BBC Sport, CNN. It's great the wide reach that the club's got now, and it's great to see how many owners we have around the globe that are engaging with the club. So it's fantastic, and we welcome you all to join in.
Christian Getko
on this ride
in midfield here, and nice little bit of interplay there. Robbie Stewart tries to back heel. You can see what he was trying there. Conor McLaren getting into space just out of play, but yeah, certainly see we've got a comment from Sam coming in from New York, and Jason from McKinney, Texas. So great to see.
Welcome, Jason and Sam.
I'm certainly hoping to get the Fraser fan club going somewhere out in the USA. Your commentary this season, I have to get used to.
I tried to start one, but it didn't take off. So.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
Season 24-25 is the one.
Well, we are lucky enough to have some owners here today as well. Just chatting away with our owner Michael, that's came all the way from Minnesota for today's game, and he's been lapping up the warm weather here and enjoying his time in the UK. He's been down in Wrexham as well. So many of our owners have got into football through that documentary. So
the football tour.
Came along, get into the box here, and that's a good interception by Christian. That's out of play. He met, I don't know if you've seen the Wrexham documentary yourself, Fraser, but he was down in the pub next to the ground meeting the guy in there. I can't recall his name, but he's certainly seen all the sights, and he got to sit down in Ricky's office before the game and talk through the team and everything about the Braves.
It's the one thing missing from Alliance Park, I think. It's just a wee public house just beside.
You can see him behind the goal there. He's just done his first ball boy action as well. That's him there as the ball swung in, drops down in the box for Camelon again. Braves under a bit of pressure at this moment in time as it's looped back into the middle. It's flicked on, but Bernie White comes to that one comfortably and comes out with the ball.
Yeah, it's great to see football clubs trying things a little bit different like Wrexham, and hopefully the Braves can have a similar run of form like Wrexham, who've 2 promotions in 2 years now, I think.
You never know, certainly the quality added into this squad, and we're seeing the 2 brothers linking up there as Reg finds his brother Connor out on the left hand side, and you can certainly see that Connor is a player that's going to want to come inside with the ball. He's got great technical ability. He'll try and run through all our new signings in this commentary. Obviously, a lot of our current players will be new players to our owners coming into the club recently, but we'll do our best to give everyone a quick word as we can throughout this game as John Guthrie's stayed down. Yeah,
hope he's okay.
John, a player that's had bad luck with injuries, is actually our longest serving player, is John, and last season he had a fully fit season. Hopefully nothing serious here.
Fantastic player, what a performance he had in the final.
He certainly did, man of the match.
It's start to finish.
Probably is quite rare you get a 7-0 win and it was a player that didn't score a goal that was the unanimous man of the match choice, I think you have to say.
He was everywhere, he was fantastic. I think, was it his pass for the Ross McNeil goal? Or
one of the Ross McNeil goals. Dummy through his legs to Matty Collins, So yeah, having a look at this front four for the Braves, the new players lining up there. I think the obvious player to start off with is Zach Butterworth, as a player that last season, Fraser, I talked your ear off about Zach Butterworth, didn't I, being a former Brave.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
And whenever he played against us for Caledonian Beef, I think I spent about 50 minutes telling you how brilliant a player I thought he was from his time with us before, and made that move to Caledonian Beef looking to take a different direction. But I know as soon as he was available, Ricky was talking to him once again, because he was one of our key players. Last season we had third best defensive record in the league. This season before we had the third best attack in the league. And it was quite a big switch there, but Zach was a big reason why we had the third best attack in the Lowland League that division that season before. On the right wing, really electric player, good turn of pace, and if you ever want an outball, someone to take on a man, Zach Butterworth is certainly that player. And I think he'll add a real bit of quality to this team once again.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You did talk my ear off, and then it was fairly evident from the first time he touched the ball that you were right. I think he had electric pace and there was technical ability as well.
And there was rarely an occasion last season where Robbie Stewart, at the age of 17, was troubled by an opposition winger he was up against. I think Zach was possibly one of only 2 wingers I could probably think of that gave him a good game last season, you know, matched him up well. Nathan Flanagan at East Kilbride being the other, and here is Zach.
He's getting battered from pillar to post, but he stands on his feet, gets it to Aidan Clougherty. That's an exciting link-up.
That's lovely.
McLaren into Lennon Walker. Drives towards the defence, plays it out to his brother. Conor McLaren
Flags up for offside.
Over the bar, but that was a great move from the Braves, and it just shows you there, Zach Butterworth, the ability that he's got to just keep hold of the ball. Started that all, got it back to Aidan Clougherty with the attack-minded ideas that he's got, played it into midfield and set the Braves on an attack. Reg McLaren as well with a nice flick around the corner, so it just shows these players they're up for trying things a little bit differently.
Good play by Zach to break up the play there. And sends it back to Daniel Martins. I'd say one thing about Zach as well is it looks like he's put on a good bit of muscle as well as up half of his body. He's that sort of powerful winger that can utilise that. I don't know if you were watching Portugal last night, maybe the Rafa Leao sort of mould,
Exactly. Not quite as good.
Here he's taking on his man here and tries to get a cross in. That one's going to be cut out, but the Braves will win a throw high up the park, and Aidan Clougherty, who himself was playing on that right wing a lot of last season, dropping back into his natural position at right back. Big chance for him today as well, because he'll be close competition with Jack Brown this season for that right back position. Aidan, another player we're impressed by, certainly, just 19 years old and moving up onto that wing last year, didn't he, Fraser, and popped up with some big goals at times as well, including in that cup final.
Yeah, no, exactly, good player. Electric when he gets the ball at his feet and when he's got the confidence, so very exciting to see, and it's good in this sort of modern day football. It's good to have a full back that's able to do that bit. Camelon will break here. Zach Butterworth does well to get in and win the ball back for the Braves.
Just a bit slack at the back there from the Braves in that moment there, but thankfully winning the ball back, and Aidan Clougherty's the one to get it clear. And it's interesting to see Landon Walker playing that number 10 position, naturally a winger as I say, but he's had a few bright touches early on. There's Camelon that have the ball now. East of Scotland side, finished 4th in their division last year. Got the overturn on the ball there, and Zach Butterworth will look to release it there. I think Reg McLaren might be enough, but Conor McLaren's not, and he breaks into the box. It's Conor McLaren across to Reg, and a bit too much height on it there, but the attack's going to stay alive here. Reg McLaren's done well, cuts it back. It's intercepted, and Lennon Walker gets an interception in there, but just about runs out of play, but that was possibly the best chance of the Braves.
That was fantastic.
So far, yeah.
Really well worked by the Braves. It looked like Reg McLaren was maybe going to be called offside, but he left the ball to his brother. Conor McLaren did well, he got the ball across, he just put too much on it. Unfortunately, it would have been an open goal for Reg McLaren. But it's good, you can see the link up there between the attacking players. Also there as well, as the Braves were attacking, you could hear Jack Brown at the top of his voice calling Christian Geka to get back, fill the gap, so you've got an experienced voice there at the back, and Jack Brown as well, filling the void of players like Jack McDowell. John Guthrie turns, puts it through the legs of his opponent, and it breaks back to Aidan Clougherty, who recycles the ball back to Daniel Martins, into John Guthrie, now taking Clougherty. A chance for the Braves maybe to get a couple of passes on the ball. They've lost it though. John Guthrie's in, wins it back. And a speculative effort from Christian Geka.
Maybe caught in two minds there. I'm not sure what Christian was quite going for there, but starting to see the high press, plenty of energy in this Braves team. Fraser, I think I'm going to have to follow your lead here. The sunglasses are coming on here.
And Ray-Bans no less. So other sunglass brands that are available.
Not sponsored just yet, no.
It is a sunny day here in Scotland. Maybe slightly deceiving. You may think, watching from America, that it's a scorching day. It's a cool 19 degrees.
That's scorching for me.
But that is scorching, yeah, that's true.
I think it was pouring down with rain on my drive here, so I wasn't expecting this, certainly.
I don't know what the translation is from 19 degrees to Fahrenheit, maybe 70? 69, something like that. It's pleasant.
I'm not too sure about that, to be quite honest.
Mackenzie, Texas, I'm sure, is a little bit hotter today.
Anyone in the chat knows they can help us out with that one. As Daniel Martins comes across to deal with that well.
Oh, lovely from Daniel Martins.
Big man, really composed there to find Zach Butterworth. Dan, a big player to get back. This Clougherty going down to the ground there, and I've noticed Aidan got his new kit on. Lovely new Lecoq Sportif kit, and he's got the holes right in the back of the socks already.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the science. I know a lot of professional players do it. I think it eases pressure on the muscles.
Compression, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but
Oh, he's done well there. Brilliant flick on by Reg, and I think you've already seen the attributes that he's got. Reg McLaren is, I think he's certainly a different striker to Ross McNeil. On main number 9 last year, he could certainly.
sort of similar in stature to Ross McNeil is. Maybe
I think a bit more of
size.
a build on him. I think, in his day, Ross McNeil was a bit more of an in-behind pest of a striker.
Yeah.
And now 33 has changed his game a little bit. I think you'd call Ross McNeil the sort of trademark fox in the box sort of striker. You'd have to say.
Good. He holds up well as well.
Well, I was going to say, I think Ross has adapted his game in the last few years. Now that he might not have the kind of pace he once did to link up the play a wee bit.
Yeah.
But Reg will come in and play that can win his knock-ons and maybe even see the two of them linking up front as well.
That would be exciting.
Attributes they have, yeah.
That would.
And we're going to see this ball lifted into the box once again by Camelon. Played it short. That's an absolute mix-up there. And a chance for the Braves to possibly break here. Lennon's come into this, but opposition goalkeeper gets it first. That was a pre-season set piece. We've ever seen it, but goalkeeper's out of his goal here. Chance for the Braves here. Can't quite get the shot, but the attack will keep going. Zach Butterworth into Lyndon Walker. He gives out to Conor McLaren on the left-hand side, knocks onto his right foot, sends cross into the middle.
It's fantastic.
McLaren gets to it, can't keep his head down, it's over the bar, but good play from the Braves in the transition there.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Great and bits of individual brilliance there from the Braves. The ball in from Conor McLaren was good. I think it was just slightly behind Reg, which is why he sort of found it difficult to get his head around that.
And Fraser, your questions have been immediately answered by our fantastic chat. That would be 66 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, thank you very much, Chris Butler.
Chris and Josh Butler both coming in with the answers there. I'm not sure if there's a relation there. Well, they're both just very passionate about temperatures, yeah.
Yeah, we're ignorant to Fahrenheit over here in the UK, or I am anyway, but I know that I think 72 is 24 degrees, so I work off of that.
Okay. I think our system makes more sense. That might be my hot take for the chat today.
Absolutely not. No, I'm totally in agreement with every American. They can read their temperature whatever way they want.
You're desperate for that fan club, eh?
Zach Butterworth does well. You can tell the quality when he's on the ball. I don't think he's lost it yet. So composed, plays it back to Aidan Clougherty. John Guthrie making himself available as always. And Aidan Clougherty just a little bit over-eager there, chips the ball out of play.
That's Aaron Moore saying it's 35 degrees Celsius where he is. He wishes it was 19 degrees. I think I could do 35 for one day.
The grass is always greener.
Or the AstroTurf.
Although, yeah, I'm actually quite relieved it's not 35 degrees. I think it would be a sticky mess here.
Well, you've been out in Benidorm yourself recently, have you not, Fraser? So.
Yeah, it wasn't even that hot either. It was warm, very pleasant, high 20s, which would be high 70s, I believe. But not 35 degrees anyway.
I'm not sure if people are here to hear our thoughts on the weather, more the Braves' action on the park. Apologies for any lapses in commentary there as Camelon come out with the ball. Unless people do want to hear about our holiday plans, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're turning this more into a podcast than a live commentary, but it has been an entertaining game. Despite our ramblings, we have been entertained. There's not been too many clear-cut chances, but we can see from the new signings the attributes that they're bringing to the team obviously makes sense with what Ricky's looking for and the standards that he has. Robbie Stewart does well there. He marauding left back into Conor McLaren. It's underlapping run. Not too bad there, just a little bit too much from Conor McLaren. You can see Conor McLaren's got the right idea. He's a couple of balls now, just been a little bit too heavy. But once they click, you can tell they're going to trouble defences. Zach Butterworth now. Nice footwork there. Puts it through the legs. Gets a little bit lucky, gets it back, takes it down the line, and wins a corner for the Braves. He is going to be fun to watch this year. There's no doubt about it. That was some neat feet. It was so quick I can't even really describe what he did, but did really well to lose his man and get to the byline. Credit to the defender though. He's not at all. There's a fan there just worried that he was blocking our view. He certainly isn't. There's that Conor McLaren on the set piece here, clips it in. Arrows it a little bit.
See what he was trying there, but
yeah. Again, just a little bit too heavy. That's 3 or 4 now from Connor. Right idea, just execution slightly off, but you can tell, you can see he's got the ability. So once it clicks, once he shakes off the holiday rust, he'll be a good player as well.
Alright, Fraser, your questions have been answered. You've got to remember this one now. Celsius. Fahrenheit is Celsius times 9 divided by 5 and add 32. So keep that one in your back pocket if there's any other.
Thank you very much. Like that, actually, I will keep that in my back pocket. That's fantastic.
One ball up here, Reg fighting for it, and he's done well, and it's going to drop down here. I think that's Zach Butterworth out on the left, and Reg gets it back, he shoots. That's a good save down low on the rebound, Lennon Walker can't keep it down. And that should have been 1-0 to the Braves there. Fraser.
I mean, that was fantastic. You've seen a sort of switch there between Connor McLaren and Zach Butterworth. Zach Butterworth making a nuisance of himself down the left-hand side. Played the ball across to Reg, who stung the palms of the goalkeeper. And it was a good save, but it bounced back up to Lennon Walker. We thought the net was going to ripple with the header, but unfortunately Lennon Walker just got underneath it a little bit too much and the ball's gone over the top. But the first real good chance from either team, I think. There's been chances throughout, but that's the first clear-cut opportunity. Lennon Walker will be disappointed not to get a debut goal. Camelon relieved to not concede there. Now attacking, that's a lovely touch from the striker. He gets a shot away, Daniel Martins gets in away. But it breaks back and Daniel Martins is over there to do the dirty work for Benny White, and he picks up and now releases Conor McLaren, takes a touch in his chest. Lovely touch to get away from the defender. Back to Robbie Stewart, picks his head up, he goes for a long diagonal across to Zach Butterworth. Might see that quite a lot this season. Lovely Ronaldo chop inside from Zach Butterworth, rolls his foot over the ball, takes a shot from distance. We'd be disappointed with that shot there, but that is fantastic wing play from Zach Butterworth, and I think likely Robbie Stewart loves a diagonal. With a player like Zach Butterworth to pass to, I think we'll see that more than a couple of times this season. Camelon now driving into midfield. Jack Brown's out of defence and Harry in the midfielders. Gets himself back into position. Camelon now breaking into midfield. John Guthrie sniffs out the danger. And Zach Butterworth now takes a touch with the outside of his foot. Just dallied a little bit on the ball there and allowed the Camelon winger to get back. It's gone down easily there, I think. Zach Butterworth did have his arm across, but I think he's bought that one there, the Camelon number 15.
And it's great to see the numbers on this stream today. We are trying our best to keep up with a lot of comments. Certainly good to see you guys all conversating in there, because we'll do our best whilst keeping an eye on the game as well.
Yeah. So shall we? Well, we'll see out this attack. Shall we test out the formula, Callum? See if you can work it out. See if we can get it right.
I'm not sure I'll be able to do that.
So who's giving us the formula? It's Luke. Once this attack's done. So just to check if you're correct, Celsius, if we say Celsius is 10, if you do times 9 divided by 5 is 18 plus 32. 10 degrees must be 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Look, if you can confirm if that's correct or not, and get back to me, that would be great. And if it's wrong, then you have to explain to me where I've gone wrong.
If anyone has just tuned in over the last minute, there is some context to this.
There certainly is. Reg, oh, I thought the ball was about to break for Reg as it does. Lennon Walker, can he get the ball across? He does. The goalkeeper dives. Camelon not as eager to play the ball out here as they have been previously. I think they're just looking to calm things down a little bit. The Braves have been pressuring that goal.
Camelon send the ball up long now. Jack Brown can't quite win the header, but Robbie Stewart should be able to get onto that loose ball, and the 18-year-old does well to poke it inside to Braves number 1, big American figure of Bernie White, who launches it up towards Zach Butterworth. Carlton Beefman can't quite get onto that, but we'll keep a hold of the ball for the Braves here. And there's a strong Braves bench today as well. Wouldn't be shocked to see potentially a number of changes at half-time, if not, after 60 minutes.
That's sort of a standard for a pre-season friendly.
That's something what the Braves did in their first bounce game. I was along for against Dumbarton, switched about half the team at half-time, so certainly the potential for a completely new front four if the gaffer wants to explore that option in the second half. Like so Greg Stewart potentially coming on in defence as well, but it's interesting to see Jack Brown in the half defence today, and he's done pretty well so far. Naturally a right back, playing left centre back today. Yeah, vocal player as well, so possibly Ricky just thinking he's got the leadership qualities to play in that position. John Guthrie trying to intercept in midfield there, but it does drop to the opposition, and the ball is sent behind Daniel Martins. Great composure. Just that one down and finds Zach Butterworth on the right. Takes his man on him. Can't quite keep a hold of it though, and Camelon will come back to the ball. Daniel Martins catches his man off the ball. I think I'm going to keep an eye on this match-up between Daniel Martins and the Camelon number 9. There's a little flick out there when he went down, the striker. And the referee he's pushed Daniel already before in this match, so this could boil over. Hopefully not, but I was going to say there, opposition tried to start the game quickly there whilst the referee was having a word with the opposition player. Very sorry, I don't know if you saw what happened in the USA game, Uruguay, but similar to that, but the referee thankfully did stop the game here, as he should have done though, of course. I mean, don't want to remind our viewers of that moment, but yeah, I thought the American fans and players were not happy at all with that as Camelon get the ball across. It was a bizarre moment though, wasn't it? It was, but bizarre. I like the idea though that if you are fouled, you can start as quickly as possible. The referee not when you're in the middle of giving a yellow card. I do think that's. I mean, the attacking team that is fouled should be afforded as much freedom as possible. But in that instance, it was a disgrace. It was quite mad to see. He was obviously referee was caught up in the excitement. Camelon get the ball across here. Anyway, there, just Big Burn, just on the side of the park as well. Owner Michael across with the game doing his ball boy duties very well, dishing the ball in their multi-ball system, potentially you could say. Unfortunately, Zachary, I don't think I'll quite make it for a drink at the pub, but if I was in it, I would certainly be there. But great to see, I mean, there's so many comments coming in, it's great to see the enthusiasm and the engagement with the match today and the club in general, Cal. Yeah, brilliant, and more to come, of course. This is just our first game. We're going to be looking to make things even better. We do have plans, hopefully, to get a bit of better camera angle as well potentially for that first game of the season coming up. We'll be starting our season on the 27th properly, up against Scala Ferrydean, but we're always looking to get our standards up, and I'm delighted to be sitting next to Fraser again. That was my key thing for this stream this season, once again, getting you back, Fraser. It's a pleasure. Where else would you want to be on a cold Saturday afternoon in December when that rolls around? And Walker takes a touch in the form of Trinent man, pokes it up. Bit of showboating there. Christian Gatkin does well to keep it alive in the Braves. It's a little bit awkward, but calms it down well and keeps hold of the ball. Aidan Cofty now, strolling up the right back area, and he gives it to Reg McLaren. Tries to flick it on, but that one's going to run straight through. Just to answer a question in there from Aaron Moore, that will be the referees will be all through the SFA, the Scottish Football Association, as goes right from the top of the game all the way to the grassroots levels. So if you've got any gripes, take up with them. Oh, what a spin there for Conor McLaren. Lovely. Reg gives it out to the edge of the box, breaks up, but lovely bit of technical play there from Conor. Yeah, I love to see that. So after this attack, I might touch a bit on Conor McLaren as well, one of our new signings. Once the play does come to a stop here, as Jack Brown finds himself on the left and he gives it back to Robbie Stewart. Deep in the Braves box, and the Braves will look to play out. Robbie Stewart, Scotland schoolboy international, of course. Had such a good season last year and delighted to retain his services this year.
Dan Martin's going with a lovely switch there to Conor McLaren. That's a good touch as well. Takes it inside, plays it to his brother. Doesn't quite make it, but Lennon Walker here will pick up. And he'll go again. The Braves. Christian Getka just calmly plays it back to Jack Brown, out to Robbie Stewart now. He's got his head up. He's looking to get that ball across. Option's not there, so he goes back to Christian Getka, to John Guthrie, who John McGuinness body feint there, plays it into Reg McLaren, who's 2-1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. His touch just gets away from him. That's so unfortunate from Reg.
Some clever quick play there from the Braves though. Reg making a clever run into the middle there, and just that touch was a bit closer to him.
I don't know whether it's sticky surface, just ball just didn't quite sit. It sort of bounced off his foot when he took a touch. So really good play though from the Braves. I think they've definitely had the best of the opportunities so far in this game. Ross McNeil getting involved.
He's always ready. So Fraser, you enjoying seeing the boys in there? New kits today, look like sporty. We've got our official kits on the way soon as well, but I'm liking the all white in this game, looking pretty sharp.
I love an all. I think that's the only logical explanation.
I think these shirts, have been printed beforehand, and I'm going to guess that number 5 and number 6 were slightly different sizes. Possibly got the biggest frame of a player in the team and the smallest in the two of them. So, well, then again, I did have a large shirt out for Lennon Walker when he was doing his signing. That was what I had to hand, and he put it on, and it was a bit like a sleeping bag. Our little number 10 there, so we had to go and find him a small shirt.
Not unusual for midfielders these days to have number 5 on their back.
That's true.
Jude Bellingham making that trendy again. Zidane himself. Oh, that ball just looked like it hit off of Jack Brown. With no VAR though, we're okay. Camelon now. We've been in this position quite a lot in the game, but flattered to see what a strike that is.
That was a good effort there.
Whistles past the post. I think Bernie White knew that was going wide. He sort of took his arms away from that mid dive. So coolest man in Alliance Park. Possibly this game got a slight pre-season feel to it, Callum. As much intensity as the Braves games normally. Well, Jack Brown answers a call. That's a bark to his colleagues to press higher up the pitch. It's good to see. I don't know, it's been a good game, but I think definitely it's maybe a slightly slower start to the game than we're used to seeing, but nothing wrong with that. Players just even themselves in wouldn't want to risk any injuries.
No, I've certainly been enjoying the action so far. It's just good to be back, seeing the team, the new players in action here. Of course, it's nothing like a lonely game though, is there? The intensity of those matches, so a chance for this team to bond a bit more, and certainly good to have a settled group this year. As last year, coming in for pre-season training myself, it was a bit of a madhouse. There was about 40 players, all in all 30, 40 trialists it felt like, and just didn't know who was who at certain times. And coming in this year, no trialists at all. Team settled and kept about 16, 17 of that group from last year, and added 6 quality signings in, and certainly looking like we'll be a bit more organised to start this season, thankfully.
Well, that just shows you the progress of the club.
Yes.
And where they are at off the pitch as well.
Well, I think that's full testament, as the re-signing of Zach Butterworth tells you all about that. So
yeah. Oh, and there's a slight mishap here from Camelon.
Took a risk there.
Was away out left back, but they did well to. I don't know if that's been given as offside actually in the end, but yeah, a little bit messy from Camelon, but they got away with it.
No, but I think just touching on what you were saying there, Fraser, this year the club have been able to kick on. We're pretty much in a position to offer full-time training to a huge chunk of the squad. Well, you all know a bit more about that when we can, but the Braves do win the ball back high up the park. John Guthrie gives it off here.
John Guthrie.
Landon Walker, crossing area for Zach Butterworth, sends it into the middle, but Camelon can deal with that. Send it away clear. Flick on comes Jack Brown, touches it down. Christian Getka in the middle of the park. Dishes it off to Robbie Stewart. Gets his head up, and he's going to try and drive through the middle here. He's tripped. That'll be a free kick. As I was touching on there, so this year, Fraser, as you may be aware, a lot of the players will be training on pretty much a full-time basis, coming on a Monday to Friday, gym work on a Wednesday. Not the full squad, we obviously still are a hybrid model, but it does make sense for a lot of our younger guys who have hopes of, kicking on in their careers. A chance, whilst your likes of your Ross McNeils, John Guthrie, who have jobs outside, will still come and train on the Tuesday, Thursday night, but really good to have that core group in, and I'm sure it'll pay dividends throughout the season. Something for fitness levels, eh?
Quite a few nice roulettes so far in this game, Callum. That's now the third I've counted. I'm enjoying that.
That's what pre-season's for, maybe.
I think it's 2-1 to Camelon in the roulette counter in my book. Conor McLaren now, Robbie Stewart marauding, full back down the left hand side there. Just checks his run, gets that across. Doesn't quite make it to Zach Butterworth. Camelon were in a lot of trouble there if it had got to Zach Butterworth, but they do well. They play it inside, but Conor McLaren's across there, robust challenge.
That's a Christian Getkin now. Across to his mate John Guthrie, who pops it inside. Conor McLaren can't quite stick there, and it's hacked away clear. Conor McLaren, player we've seen a decent amount of in this first half, on that left hand side, cutting in onto his right foot.
Yeah, no, he's caused problems. I think still we've got more to see from him though. A little bit more match sharpness, and he'll cause defenders problems without a doubt.
That's certainly what the sort of memo I get from Ricky and from seeing him play a little bit in the past. He's trying to almost get onto that ball there. He was at Cumbernauld Colts last season, but maybe a slightly different age profile to most of the signings we make. He's still only 27, which is obviously not a bad age at all, but most of our signings we've seen come in usually have been young as a shot from distance comes from Bernie White. But yeah, you see a lot of young players obviously coming in, and I think maybe just Ricky going for a bit more quality decision making in the final third is what could do us well, you know. Obviously not naming names of players from last season, we had some quality players in wide areas, younger players, though maybe the decision making could be better. A little bit, just moments, you know, in big games. And that's something that Conor will add. 27 years old, had a good career, started off at Celtic, so taught how to play the game the right way from a young age, and certainly impressed Cumbernauld Colts when I did see him on occasion.
For sure.
Alongside his brother Reg, who was at Cumbernauld with him as well. Reg, big striker, actually his second spell with the club officially. I didn't know this at the time, but Ricky was telling me he was on loan with us when the club was Edgy Sport Academy, way back, about 10 years ago at the age of 16. He actually had a spell with us, so somewhat familiar with the club, but it's obviously a very different looking Caledonian Braves to what we were back then as Edgy Sport Academy, playing down in Annan, so as you say, must be in the blood, yeah. Into the box, he's able to get it clear. Those Nike TNs getting the clearance there. All the way up to towards Reg McLaren. That's a hopeful shot from distance, and another comfortable save for Bernie White.
The first football book mention of the season goes to Callum. That was not what the bookies had predicted. We see a comment coming in, I think. Kevin's asking what the international airport nearby if you are coming over to watch the Braves live. We're actually very nicely positioned in between both Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Yeah.
Here at Strathclyde Park, probably near Glasgow, but you might get cheaper flights to Edinburgh. It's quite often the case, but also
worth checking both, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's plenty of options. Edinburgh, Glasgow, and actually Prestwick International Airport, which is Glasgow Prestwick, but it's not. It's one of those ones that is named Glasgow, but it's a little bit outside Glasgow. So yeah, definitely worth. If you can, we'd love to have you, and you can choose. Stop off in Edinburgh, come across to Glasgow, or just go exclusively to Glasgow. We recommend exclusively Glasgow.
Have you ever considered a career as a travel agent, Fraser? You're really selling it well there.
After my trip to Benidorm,
Not been recommending that to me too much. From the sounds of your stag do holiday you're out on there.
Yeah. And Lennon Walker.
It's a clever pass there, wasn't it?
Really clever pass. It's Zach Butterworth again. Wouldn't be surprised if he's the man to create or score the first goal of this match. Here we go. Have a shot.
Play that in behind him.
Plays it into Lennon Walker. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can he get the shot? Great goal. Just the opposite of the commentators' question. Fantastic.
Yeah, and that's some great play there from the Braves. Lennon Walker getting in behind, scoring a goal for the first time in a Brave shirt, and I say the Braves probably deserve that. They've started to create a few chances in these last few moments, and well finished by Lennon, who's looked dangerous in that number 10 position. Yeah,
certainly, and as we were just coincidentally saying there, that Zach Butterworth was likely going to be the man to either create or score, and he did just that with a great ball through to Lennon Walker, made it look easy. Zach Butterworth, I think the defending from Camelon maybe left a little to be desired. There was a big gap there which Lennon Walker exploited expertly. Great finish, just clipped it over the the goalkeeper, and the Braves get the season off to a good start. 1-0. Butterworth now on the ball again. A little bit more conservative with his play that time. Plays it back to John Guthrie. He picks his head up, plays it into Reg McLaren. First time pass round the corner, looking for Lennon Walker. Doesn't quite come off, and Camelon now come drive into midfield, but sort of rushing it a little bit there. I think Camelon they're eager to fight back. They'll be disappointed to go 1-0 down, but I don't think they can be too disappointed. I think it's fairly reflective of the play so far in this first half. Good game though, entertaining. Great to see two of the new signings linking up as well. Exactly what Ricky will have been hoping to see in this first match of pre-season.
Yeah, just getting the socials updated there for Lennon Walker's first goal in a Brave shirt. Hope everyone enjoyed seeing that one there. This ball's chucked into the box. Dan Martins gets ahead. It's going to fall to Camelon Man, who shoots. Bernie White comfortable once again. He's not been too troubled today.
Yeah, he's made a lot of saves, but I wouldn't say any of them were really lovely touch from Zach Butterworth. Made quite a lot of saves, but none of them really testing him too much. So good, probably ideal first 45 for Bernie White actually. He's been tested, but not too much, and easing his way into this season. Christian gets bounces Reg McLaren now. He's just a bit too eager there to get the ball away. I like his urgency, but I think maybe he might just need to hold on to the ball a little bit longer in the future if he can, but good to see he's keen as a striker to get his midfielders into play and quickly.
Yep, certainly is, and he's had a good first half here. And I think I'll take this chance to touch on our final signing in the starting lineup here. Whilst the Cam, Lennon Walker getting his goal there. He comes into the club, a young, bright winger, started his career at Dundee United, went to his local club Falkirk afterwards, but he's someone that's really, really impressed me when I've seen him in the past. He was at East Kilbride, Bowness United, I beg your pardon. He scored an absolute screamer to that goal on our right hand side the first time I saw him play, so I've always sort of looked out for the name since. And good season with Tranent last season, one of the stronger teams in the division, Tranent, and Lennon certainly would have had his suitors there, but Ricky Waddles moved really quickly to secure him, despite having another year on his contract at Tranent, from what I understand, and managed to get that deal over the line, a player that he really wanted, and you've seen what he's all about in this first half. Quick, agile, good turn of pace, and eye for a goal, as we've seen here already. Zach Butterworth tries to get away on the right hand side. But again, Lennon Walker, I think the kind of player testament to the progress made by the club that we can attract players like that in now, because I think the majority of teams in the Lowland League would have loved to have the likes of Lennon Walker and Zach Butterworth in their teams this coming season.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very proud that we could get a hold of them. Linking up very nicely so far in this first half. Out to Robbie Stewart. Did look offside from our position. The linesman and the referee confirmed that.
Sprays are not too long left to go in this first half then. Enjoyed being back watching the Braves play once again. How have you enjoyed this half?
Loved it. It's been a good first half. There's been quite a few good chances for the Braves. Camelon have played well as well, so it's been a good contest, but I think the Braves have just edged it. They've had a couple of good opportunities. I think Lennon Walker will be disappointed that he didn't break his duck earlier in the match with that header that went over the bar, but he did well. He was very composed when Zach Butterworth put him through on goal, and it was fantastic. So I think Ricky will be happy with first half performance, and hopefully we'll get to see more in the second half, maybe some more familiar faces as well. Get players like Ross McNeil sitting on the bench, Greg Stewart as well, Cian Spears, Josh Gemmell, so I get to see some of them as well. That'd be good. But yeah, so far good first half, looking forward to the second. Braves will be quite happy just to see the first half out here. I think Robbie Stewart's got the ball in hand for a throw in. He looks to go long up to Reg McLaren, and the goalkeeper signals for the end to this first half.
Yep, so that will be the end of this first 45 minutes of pre-season for the Caledonian Braves. We go into half-time with a 1-goal lead thanks to that finish from Lennon Walker after 40 minutes. It's been an entertaining half here at Alliance Park, and the sun is still shining, thankfully for us, Fraser. So you've enjoyed the action, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So what you look forward to seeing in the second half then, Fraser?
More of the same. Some more attacking play like we've seen in the first half, potentially more goals, hopefully. And then also some fresh faces as well. Players like Ross McNeil that I've mentioned earlier. So hopefully that would be the ideal start to the season, pre-season friendlies, and I'm sure we will see that.
Certainly agree with you there, Fraser. Sounds good. So we'll be back in 15 minutes for coverage of the second half. At half-time, we'll be running a few of our interviews with our new signings. So if you fancy sticking around to watch them, to get to know those new lads we've been talking about a bit better, make sure you stick around and watch that, as well as a few best bits of last season. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. We'll see you then. Lennon, firstly, welcome to the Caledonian Braves. Great to have you here. First, could you just tell us about how you moved to the club came about?
Thank you. Basically, the gaffer was quite interested in bringing me to the club. I felt like I had a couple of chats with him before as well, even before last season. I just thought like he spoke about how he wants to develop the club, how he wants to go forward with the club. I just felt like it was a good move for me.
And obviously you mentioned there you were at Trinent last season. It was a good year for yourself, plenty of appearances in the Lowland League, getting that first team experience, and the team had a pretty successful season, I'd say, from the outside. How was your experience with the club?
I enjoyed it at Trinent. I had a wee bit of a bad injury at the start of the season, kept me out for 3-4 months or so. So apart from that, it was good. I enjoyed it.
And then you've mentioned as well having a few chats with the gaffer. I'm sure he's spotted you from playing against us in the past. I can recall a couple of games you've played against the club and goals you've scored against us as well. Is that right?
Scored a few goals here, aye.
No, I think there was one, was it your time at Bowness United as well, one that sticks out in the memory from down that other end of the pitch, wasn't it? I think that's one, yeah.
One of my favourite goals, actually.
See if we can find that one out for the interview there. So as well as that, so as we were talking before, we've got 3,000 Braves owners around the world who'll be tuning in for the games. If they're watching you play, what sort of one attribute you think you can offer every single time you get on the park?
I think when I get the ball, I'm really positive. Like to try and beat players, score goals, get assists. So basically, hopefully more than what I did last year.
And maybe as well, I don't want to put you on the spot too much here, but if there was a player sort of the top level of the game, you could maybe say your game's similar to finish off on?
Oof. I'm going to give you Phil Foden.
Okay, I like the sound of that role. Welcome to the club and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
So, Ryan, firstly, welcome to the club. Delighted to have you here. How happy to join the Caledonian Braves?
I'm buzzing. It's especially after the last couple of seasons I've had, and speaking to like the gaffers that are in charge. I've known them before, and I was buzzing to just get involved with the type of stuff, and especially with like the expectations and aims that the club have. It's just dead buzzing to get going.
So previously you've been playing at Edinburgh University, so obviously Lowland League experience in there as well, and I'm sure you know Dorian very well too, so tell us a bit about your relationship with him.
Dorian was my first coach at Edinburgh Uni. It was just as his last season I was there, and he was brilliant with me. Sure, you know, he loves his statistics and that, and he likes really gets into it, which I quite enjoy, and he knows his stuff, so I get on with Dorian really well.
And as you mentioned there, that experience of playing in the Lowland League, how beneficial? We know it was a bit of a difficult season, obviously, in terms of results, but I certainly thought when we saw Edinburgh University play with some strong performances in there, and how can you use that experience to sort of kick on this year here?
I mean, 2 seasons at the uni, I wouldn't change it. It was brilliant. Like coming in, when did I start? I came in at 17 and played men's football straight away, so it's benefited me massively. I came in straight for academy, struggled for the first couple of games, and then get used to the kind of men's football side of it. So I think it's benefited me massively. I've improved a lot over my 2 seasons in Lowland and men's football.
Right, and what kind of player are you then, for anyone that's not seen you play positionally?
Well, I would say I play centre mid mainly, and I would say I'm probably in like the number 8. Like getting forward as much as I can, and then also, but I don't mind doing a bit of defending. Just try to maybe score a few more goals this year than what I have previously.
I would like that as well. So if there was possibly a player as well you could compare yourself to at the top levels of the game, your play style, is there anyone you could think of there?
Jesus. I'll try and big myself up. I'll maybe say like Pedri or something, some of the Spanish midfielders.
That's the way to go for it, definitely. And what goals have you set for yourself this season then? What are you looking to achieve here?
Game time's a massive thing, like, that's why I came here. I want to play at the highest level I can. Add goals into my games. Like, in my 2 seasons I've scored 1 goal, and it was against Cali Braves.
When was that?
It was the one at Peffermill last season.
Okay.
The 3-1, 4-1 game.
I think we'll probably dig up the clip of that, so we'll put that in there if you want.
But I add more goals to my games, and then just keep kind of improving and getting used to men's football.
Sounds good for us. And I'm not sure if you've seen on sort of our social medias, we do have owners all around the world at the Caledonian Braves. That's something about us. We have people tuning in from all over the place, and when they are going to watch you play, what's one attribute you think they could always look out for when you're on the park?
Don't know, probably my energy levels. I'll give everything I've got when I play. Like, doesn't matter how I'm playing technically, I'll always big myself up and say that I'll just do my best to do everything I can, no matter how I'm technically playing.
That's right. Well, thank you for your time and best of luck for the season ahead.
Nice, thank you.
I'm back this week in Glasgow to meet the majority of what is a new squad, so meeting the guys for the first time tonight, so it's exciting to see some new faces in the squad in the dressing room. Need to bleep that out. Done a wee video for TikTok, American football, throwing American football. Never looks so easy. You watch it on the TV, you watch Patrick Owens and other guys just launching balls 70 yards. I pick up the ball, try and throw it. Lucky if it went 10, ball rolling all over the place. Zero technique. The boys were giving me all sorts of abuse for my lack of technique. Big Bernie, the American goalie, picks it up, boom, shoom, like a rocket. Shoom. So yeah, maybe you guys, certainly the Americans, have a unique talent when it comes to throwing a football for sure, you know.
Find out that the gaffer has his Xmas tree up already. What do you say to him? Oh, top notch. Any chance at a game?
I'm American, so you can't do it before Thanksgiving.
It's absolutely embarrassing. It's going to be a certain height, going to be a certain width, but 2 weeks before, there's your answer, right? And I do my very best when I'm walking about the streets to, if anybody's got a tree up in November, roll it down, steal their lights, give them a kiss.
Rolling now. That's alright, just keep going then. Just until you're comfortable. Hi Braves fans, Lewis Thompson here. Alright, start again. Hi Braves fans, Lewis Thompson here. Happy... You want to do?
And hi, it's Josh Gemmell, striker for the Braves. Hope everyone has a nice...
3, 2, 1, fire away.
Hi guys, Bernie here, goalie for the Braves. Just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all of our American fans. I'm thankful for all of my amazing teammates. So hope everyone enjoys the day. Happy Thanksgiving.
Robbie, called up the Scotland schoolboys, how proud are you too?
Buzzing for the support, obviously the family and the teammates and that, and they've been congratulating me over the past 2 days, so it's a good feeling.
Well for his team here in the group. Got Cammy Brenner in front of him. He's going to put inside himself there, Christian. Quick ball. Far side box, Aiden Clocketty's there. Oh, what a goal! What a finish from Aiden Clocketty. Brenner to take left footed. Towards Danny Martin to the back. Scott Way gets his header and scores! Unbelievable! And Danny Martin just put the Braves in the lead. What a header, and look at the celebrations from Daniel there. Martin's there again, touches it. And the second! Man! It's Danny Martin's again! Can you believe it? Unbelievable. A second goal for Daniel Martin. They'll surely put this one to bed.
I've been really happy with our spirit. I think our spirit's fantastic. Change room's vibrant, and I like that. It's young, but it's vibrant, and I like that. I think that will stand us in good stead. You've got to have that as a foundation for any sort of success, and we want to just take it game by game.
So Carl, welcome to the Caledonian Braves. How happy to sign for the club?
I'm buzzing. Obviously had a few chats with the gaffer beforehand and just felt like the right decision to come here.
So what was the sort of challenges for you now in previous seasons and then looking ahead to this season, looking to kick on?
Challenges, probably had a couple of injuries over the last couple of seasons, but obviously this season I'm looking to kick on, get as many games and help the team win as many games as possible.
And we're having a chat the other day as well. I know Ross Patterson, someone you know well. How important was he, coming into work with him now?
Ross is some guy. So yeah, we worked together at St Mirren for the best part of 5 years. So it's nice to see him again and kind of get going with him. And obviously he'll be the goalie coach this season for the best part. So looking forward to it.
And obviously being a goalkeeper is not always the easiest position to come in when you came into a position where obviously you've got another goalkeeper that's been in great form, but you've got to meet Bernie as well, and how would you be looking to push him this season for that #1 shot?
Definitely, I think it's just a case of pushing each other. Whoever plays, the other one just supports them, and then just go from there. Yeah.
And you guys have had a week to work together as well now. How's training started off?
I've enjoyed it. Obviously big Bernie as well. I think we've kind of got on well so far, and I think that'll only grow. So especially the rest of the boys as well, they're really good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And last season was at Elgin you were at as well, so how did you enjoy your time there, and what do you want to sort of change coming into this season for the Braves then, coming to London League?
Well, it was a bit of a journey to be fair, but no, I enjoyed it. Also got to play a few games, make my debut in League 2, so that was okay, but I want to obviously come down here, playing as many games as possible and kind of kick on. Obviously last season I didn't play too much, an injury that held me back as well, so looking forward to just staying on the pitch and playing.
And what sort of goalkeeper would you say you are? What's your strengths, areas you want to work on perhaps as well?
I like use my feet. Feel like I'm quite comfortable. Kind of grew up that way, so like come for cross balls, stuff like that. So really want to just help the team as much as I can. Obviously save the ball first and foremost, but then just kick on from there.
And finally, if there was a Braves fan wanting to get a bit of an idea how you play, is there sort of a football role model you might have a play you'd maybe like to say your game's similar to or look up to perhaps?
I think that's probably got to be Ederson. He's my kind of ideal role model, if you like. Just ball at his feet as well, so yeah, probably say him.
That sounds good to us, and thank you for your time, Carl. Yeah.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Right. Cheers for that. So Zach, firstly, I'd like to say welcome back to the Caledonian Braves, of course. How happy to return to the club?
Very happy, and really enjoyed my football here before, so when I spoke to the gaffer I was happy to come back.
And how important is that relationship with the gaffer then, the development you had in your first spell at the club to return now?
I think the gaffer put a lot of trust in me when I was here before, and he believes in me, and I just really enjoyed my football under him, and obviously he's a really good coach, yeah, so.
And you're almost coming back to a bit of a different club now as well,
yeah.
With everything that's been going off the park. I think I remember correctly, you were involved in a fair few of the videos for the weekend.
That's right.
For $100 you can get all of this.
Let's win this soccer game!
It's football, gaffer.
Back from that, your perspective, how exciting is that, the project going on here?
It's really good. I think obviously there's a lot of owners now in the club, and the club are trying something different, and it's working out really well so far, I'd say, and it's exciting times to be at the club, so that's good.
Come on, you Braves!
And it's almost time for the second half to kick off here. I hope everyone enjoyed catching up with some of the new signings at half-time there, and a compilation of best bits from last season. We're just back into our commentary position in time here for this second half here, which will be kicked off by Braves and Camelon, and as it looks, I think it's an unchanged lineup possibly for this second half. Start off for the Braves here. Immediately starting in possession here, Jack Brown at the back. Fraser, enjoy your half-time break there?
I did, yeah. I did. It was good when we met the owner. I'd actually met him before the game as well, but met him again at half-time, so it was nice. He'll be making his way back down to just outside Newcastle this evening, but he's enjoyed his stay and certainly enjoyed watching the Braves live, which is the main event in Scotland today, of course. Also, there's another owner here just to our left as well, so plenty of owners coming along to watch the Braves, and hopefully everyone else that's listening can get over at some point this year. We highly recommend it. A couple of change there at left back. Robbie Stewart has gone off.
Oh, you're correct there, yeah.
Martin MacArthur.
I think as a player you might see a bit more in this position. He is a right-footed player, naturally a right back. But he's comfortably played in that position before. You see that right foot there, looking for the ball into Reg. Don't think he was too happy with the outcome of that one there.
No, he
won't repeat what he said.
But yeah, you see that increasingly now in modern football as well. Back in the day, you'd probably expect a right-footed player to be on the right-hand side, but you've got players now that...
Back in the day.
Back in your day. Back in the day, Brent's I did not exist, but he was in Clough. Definitely managers quite like to have. I mean, Martin MacArthur, two-footed player as well. It doesn't matter what side he's on, but quite common for a right-footed player to be on the left-hand side or vice versa. So interesting to see how that works out. I think a highly sought or highly rated prospect for the Braves is Martin MacArthur. So definitely another player to keep an eye out from everyone at home.
Yeah, he had a good year with the under-20s more so, Martin, last year. He definitely impressed on his occasions in the first team, his versatility and his hard work, and he showed great leadership skills in that 20s team. This year, looking at the squad, we do have two really good right-backs, just in front of MacArthur and Aidan Clough and Jack Brown, who are both playing today. So they'll be good competition for each other, the three of them, but if Martin can come on that left-hand side and give a bit of backup to Robbie Stewart as well, then we're in a good position. And great to see all the comments coming in. Hope we've seen a few people discussing the accents. Hope you're all keeping up okay.
That is lovely from Lennon Walker. Wow.
Gliding through the park there up to Zach Butterworth on the right. He's going to chop inside, back out again. Draws it across the box.
That is fantastic.
Drops Conor McLaren.
Oh, what a goal.
And the Braves have got their second goal there. And what a piece of play by Lennon Walker. And Zach Butterworth coming up the right hand side there. Conor McLaren's there. The simple finish, but he did well to slot that one home, and the Braves have their second goal here.
Lennon Walker was like a hot knife through butter there, Callum. That was gorgeous. He absolutely glided through the midfield there. I'm not even sure how he got the ball through the legs on some occasion. But then got it out to Zach Butterworth, who took on the baton and did exactly the same. Great ball across, and Conor McLaren thought maybe it was a difficult one for him to slot into the goal, but he did that well. Sorry, I'm distracted there by a couple of Camelon players are protesting to the lino, as they're calling him. They believe that it was a foul on the full-back, but I'm not sure. I think they're just protesting their innocence here. Great play from the Braves. But yeah, as you were saying, Callum, we will try. We take on your constructive criticism. I am aware that my accent at times can be quite difficult to make out if you're not from our part, so we'll try. Callum's possibly got a more understandable accent, but this is the Braves experience, and I'm sure you'll become a lot more accustomed to the Scottish twang
Well, I would hardly say either of us have quite got the strongest of Glasgow accent you might encounter. From what I've been led to understand, phrases from the posh part of Glasgow, and I'm originally from London, so...
Well, I'll try and turn my posh accent on so that I'll speak the Queen's English if we have to, but hopefully you're enjoying what you can understand.
The King's English.
Or the King's English, yeah, of course. And maybe you'll pick up some phrases along the way. We say "we" a lot, and that means small. So if we say that was a wee chance or a wee tackle, that that means a small tackle or a small opportunity. So I apologise, that is just part of my vernacular, I can't stop it. So if I say that, you'll now understand what that means. Oh, Lennon Walker does well, picks the pocket of the Camelon midfielder.
He is going to be entertaining to watch, isn't he?
Yes,
fantastic from Lennon Walker.
Puts him on the floor and
cutting
drives into
inside.
midfield.
Trip there maybe. Yeah, free kick. Oh no, offside.
He is going to be a joy to watch.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying his play, certainly, and we are getting some good feedback on the accents now, Fraser.
No, don't worry at all. We were not insulted. It's I've been abroad before and had the same comments. So, but yeah, hopefully you'll learn some new phrases, and then I'll learn to talk less fast as well. But it's hard to talk slowly when you're watching a team like the Braves, especially when Lennon Walker's on the ball.
Well, a bit more backstory on the two of us, I suppose. We both been studying journalism this last year. Our voice coaching teacher would not be happy with this.
Yeah, she would make her thoughts equally as clear as well. So Camelon get the ball across, that's a good ball, but Daniel Martins is there to clear. Christian Getka's got all the time in the world though. Takes the touch, Reg McLaren's getting wrestled. Lovely touch into Conor McLaren now. Oh, he could hear the call from Martin MacArthur. Conor McLaren did answer it just didn't quite get through to him. So Braves still got the ball here, and we'll go back to Jack Brown. Plays a lovely, maybe not, scratch lovely. A decent ball over the top, but it doesn't quite get to Reg McLaren. It's got a good pace to it this game now. Goalkeeper of Camelon Juniors flicks it in upfield, but the Braves will comfortably deal with that. With Benny White's juggling the ball there, unfortunately just juggles it out for a corner, I believe. Sorry, I think the stream will be picking up here a slightly unfortunately placed goal, but hopefully you'll be able to see most of the action as Camelon about to take an outswinging corner. There's now 2 balls in the pitch. Number 17 for Camelon Junior, outswinger. Does make it into the box, number 9. Oh, it goes down on a sack of potatoes. I do not think that was a foul.
Good chance to break here though, Zach Butterworth on the left hand side. He's got support coming from Reg McLaren on the right and Aidan Clougherty, who picks it up now. He does give it out to McLaren on the right hand side now. Crossing chance for him, sends it in low and is scooped away clear. He's down the other end of the park. The Camelon player gets back to his feet and drops back into position.
Yeah, he's having a little joke with Bernie White. I think, I would imagine Bernie White would have had something to say about the way he went down there and possibly the way he's smiling. I think he knows himself it wasn't a penalty or a foul either. Daniel Martins now to Aidan Clougherty. Callum here in the commentary box takes a swig of his drink. He's
getting ready for big final half hour here. Yeah,
big final half hour.
I think we're seeing a raft of changes here for Camelon now. In full quick base team will be, I'm counting, what is it, 5 subs there?
That's a lot of subs.
Big change. I'm sure we'll see it from the Braves as well at some point.
As well coming on yet. Obviously this is almost like the NFL and attack to defend.
Change of team.
But that is not what's happening here. It's just pre-season friendly. Unusual. You wouldn't likely see this in a regular competitive match, but good opportunity for both managers to rotate heavily and get minutes in the legs of all the players. And Camelon manager is struck first in that regard.
Seeing couple questions coming in. Saulo asking where our American player is from. Our American player, known by most of us, was Bernie White. Big goalkeeper, has been with us for a year and a half now, and he played college football in Amherst in Massachusetts. But he's originally from Texas, I believe. But the fact he is able to play for us is because he was born in Liverpool. I think he may well have some, I don't know, the White family tuning in today. I often see his dad tuning in, so I may be wrong here. I think his mother may be from Liverpool perhaps as well, or what? Asking all the questions here. Adam, the videographer, might remember better than me from our podcast. But he's born in Liverpool, so he is allowed to play in the UK. So ball swung in on the back post, and that one's turned in by Camelon, who have got a goal back in this game there, and a bit of a free header at the back post there, Fraser.
That's disappointing, and it's uncharacteristic from a Braves point of view. They're so defensively sound that it doesn't often happen, but Bernie White was just caught under the ball there. The ball was swung in at the back post and sort of unmarked. It was an easy header for their number 4, I believe.
Yeah, I think that'll be frustrating for the gaffer though, because we did defend set pieces pretty well last season.
Yeah, that was definitely a strong point of the team.
So it was a bit of an area where we leaked a few goals the season before, and that was certainly fixed up last season, but a bit of an easy header at the back post there.
Disappointing, but actually, if you want to put a positive spin on it, for that to happen in any match, you want it to happen on the first day of the season. And maybe it might not have been something that Ricky and the team would have been looking at, but maybe just a wee nudge for the team to look at just cleaning that up, the defensive duties at corners and set plays. Not a lot to be done, but it just shows you there's always work to be done there. So disappointing for the team, but I'm sure Ricky won't lose too much sleep over it this evening. Conor McLaren down the left hand side now. Nice feet, plays it back to Martin McCarter. Shifts the ball into his right foot, plays a great ball across onto the chest of Reg McLaren, who just couldn't quite control it after that. But Aidan Clough-Tay will come again into John Guthrie, and lovely feet. He's just taken out though, and now Camelon Juniors will break, play it to the left midfield position, and they're in a very advanced position here. Camelon causing problems, but the Braves clear. A chance for Zach Butterworth. We've not seen too much of him in the last few moments, so hopefully the Braves are able to get him back into the game.
I think we'll see the changes coming up here for the Braves as well as we approach the hour mark here.
Yeah, that's quite a few coming on as well. Cammy Bredner, I think, is one of them. Equally as exciting winger for the Braves. I was buzzing when I heard the news that he was signing on, Callum.
Yeah, he was definitely a name we were looking out for, and ended the season really, really well, I have to say. Did Cammy, so we'll look to take that form into this year.
Yeah,
exciting winger, and
another player.
Jack Ryan gets intercept that.
Fantastic performance in the final. I feel like every time I mention a player that played in that final, it was fantastic. But particularly Cammy Bredner and John Guthrie.
To be fair, as soon as I did see that Zach Butterworth had signed for the club, the thought of seeing him and Cammy on the wings again, because the two of them did feature for us at the end of the 2022-23 season, and were really exciting. But I think last year, sort of with those players leaving, your Zachs and your Mark Kellys of the world, that were really important to our attack that season, I think you saw Cammy last year try to step up and really sort of.
He did certainly step up
a wee bit and sort of take that shot on the wing.
Goal of the month as well.
Yeah, for goal of the season.
Goal of the season. Not bad, yeah. Sorry, not underselling the strike. It was a fantastic strike from Cammy. But here they come. We've got Keane Spears, Josh Gemmell, Cammy Bredner, Ross McNeil. Aidan Clough-Tay's gone off. John Guthrie's gone off.
So who have we got coming on here? I do apologise, Fraser. I'm going to ask you again. Ross McNeil,
Cammy Bredner.
Greg Stewart.
I've just listed that. No, Greg Stewart. Sorry, I've just listed that off. And Josh Gemmell.
Yeah.
And there was a fourth one. Greg Stewart. No, you're right. My bad. Sorry. Greg Stewart is on. Very excited to see him as well. He's on at centre back.
Sorry, that was just for the live updates there. I was checking in, but certainly Ricky Waddle showing the strength of his squad there. So Greg Stewart will naturally slot into that centre back position. Cammy's bringing a straight swap onto the left hand side, and maybe a bit more of a direct front two here with Josh and Ross linking up for more of a 4-4-2 shape. Keane Spears as well, yeah. So 5 subs for the Braves.
almost a new team. I think all of the players on the pitch bar Zach Butterworth were at the club last season, so it just shows you the continuity that this team has. They're all fantastic players too, so really exciting times for the club. The ball's just gone out, I think, for a throw into the Braves. Yeah, more subs coming now from Camelon, if I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken.
It's not more subs for the Braves, is it? I'm still trying to type away.
No more subs for the Braves, sorry.
Thank goodness.
I'm confusing myself. It's the Camelon centre back was down, and the Braves physio Leanne was very kindly running on to assist. Oh no, there actually are some subs for Camelon. There's so many red strips at the side of the pitch and on the pitch that it's hard to tell, but there has been a couple of changes here for Camelon in the nature of a pre-season friendly. Difficult one for the Twitter admin.
Got there in the end.
Pre-season friendlies. We'll now resume. That was quite a long, lengthy break there, but Jack Brown now back out right back. The ball comes back to Bernie White. Big Bairn.
Big ban.
Of Liverpool and Texas and Massachusetts. And Greg Stewart plays outside of the ball.
And Strathclyde Park.
That's Strathclyde Park now, yeah. Oh, the ball just holds a couple of players now, and Camelon will break out. Keane Spears gets his foot in. Ricocheted off his chest, but nicely back down onto his foot, and lovely from Josh Gemmell. Two players that know each other well. Keane Spears just tried to nick it round, the defender doesn't manage to do so. Camelon now with some intricate passing. We'll break down the right hand side, first time ball across. There he is, Jack Brown.
And just see that's Jack Brown back into his natural position on the right. And I will thank Brian White as well, who is in the stream as usual, correcting us there. Bernie's mother is proud Scouser, born in Liverpool, moved to US when he was 7, and lived in Texas. So there you go. Yeah, that was fantastic. I think I was mostly right in my knowledge there. Right, but good to see Brian tuning in again. Certainly one of our long-time viewers.
Certainly is.
Listeners.
Thriving in Glasgow.
Hope you're enjoying the action on once again. This ball's back up and packed away clear.
Here we are, the Braves just got a throw in just in front of us here. Martin MacArthur plays over the top to Ross McNeil, flicks on. Fortunately nobody's behind him, he's not happy with Josh Gemmell, believes that he should have been running onto that. I think he's possibly right on that occasion. Camelon now clear from the goal, and Martin MacArthur with a brilliant header there. Does well, and Christian Getka backs that up as well with another good strong header. A little bit stuttered the pattern of play here, the ball sort of bouncing pinball between both teams, but Jack Brown puts an end to that, puts out for a throw into Camelon. They'll now come, ball still bouncing up, no one can really get their foot on it. Keane Spears, the technical player that he is, does just that though, and looks for Big Bairn, son of Brian. Chips the ball up to Josh Gemmell, gets a good head to it as well, and Zach Butterworth has a nice touch, it's just too much on, and it goes out for a throw in. Just a little bit scrappy in the last couple of minutes. It possibly lends itself to the number of changes that's been taking place in the last 10-15 minutes, but
one of those men to come onto the park here in possession, Greg Stewart, who we saw come sort of an emergency centre back midway through last season, but what a progression he's had in that position since, and he's held it. Naturally a centre mid, we've seen him play right up in the number 10 attacking midfield position before. He can play as a centre mid, number 8 and number 6, and it's centre back where he's really found his home, and I'm updating the squad list at this moment in time. We'll hopefully have it done for next week, but I'm starting to think I might actually just have to put Greg Stewart down as a defender now, because he really has found the home in the half defence, hasn't he, Fraser?
Everywhere. Yeah, don't get me started on Greg Stewart. We'll be here all day, because I think he's a fantastic player, but I particularly I think he's a fantastic player at centre back. I think he's just got all the attributes of a good modern day centre back. He's obviously able to play in attack because Cammy Brennan, a good header into Ross McNeil, just doesn't quite come off. But yeah, as I said, Greg Stewart, he can play football, but he's got height. He can read the game, brilliant. He's got good positional sense. He's strong in the tackle, and I think that's just everything nowadays that managers and teammates are looking for on a centre back. So I think he's fantastic there. You can see the game in front of him. He looks so composed. But
that's exactly what Greg said when I actually asked him about it. I was having a chat with him and said, what position do you see yourself? And he said, playing in centre back, just having the game in front of him has made all that difference, And he loves just being that. He's such a calm head in possession, isn't he? You see him at times driving out of areas. You see those qualities he has as a centre mid where he can get the ball, spin, and dribble out of situations, as Daniel Martins does there pretty effectively, but just about ran out of play. But you can see that quality he has as a midfielder going into defence, and he's obviously naturally got that physique and that build on him, and he's been really good back there. Great relationship with Dan Martins and Jack McDowell as well, one of our long-serving players. We'll hopefully be seeing him back on the park as well before too long. He's been out with a long-term injury. Actually, the reason why Greg stepped into centre-back was when Big Jack got injured, but if we can get him fit, we've got a really good core of 3 central defenders for this coming season.
It was worrying times, actually. Jack McDowell was so crucial to this team. The partnership him and Daniel had was brilliant. So when he got injured, I mean, obviously it was terrible, and it was a lot of worry around the club, but Greg Stewart just stepped in there, and it was almost as if Jack had never left. He was fantastic. Brilliant replacement for such a good player in Jack as well. So
now we'll be able to push each other this coming season, I'm sure, and that competition will be great. Otherwise, coming onto the park, I mentioned for anyone that is new to the club, anyone that knows the club won't need an introduction, of course. As the ball does come into the middle, it's going to drop down for Camelon there, just runs away. A player that needs no introduction to anyone being around a bit longer is Ross McNeil, our main talisman up front, really, at times,
Yeah,
the amount of goals he can score.
If you've watched any highlights from last season, he will feature in most. Almost a goal every second game, maybe more than that. Prolific goal scorer, great
28,
player.
I think, possibly for the end of the season. There's been a couple of occasions I've put his goal tallies up on Twitter, and he's very quick to correct me if I'm slightly off, because he keeps hold of his own stats, of course. So
as any good striker should.
I think I put down he'd scored 26 immediately. A minute later, Ross McNeil messaged 28 actually. He's that kind of player, of course, so he's done so well for a number of seasons.
He'll be going for 30 this season.
I think he will, and he'll be, if anyone was glad to see Zach Butterworth back at the club, I'm sure it was Ross McNeil. Plenty of assists coming in previous seasons from him, and he's joined up front by a younger striker in Josh Gemmell, who's came on. We've obviously mentioned most of the other subs coming on. Josh, a player that a little bit limited in game time last season through no fault of his own already. Obviously Ross McNeil holding down that position, but a technical player, likes getting on the ball. He's always shown for it, and scored a number of goals as well when he got the opportunity and showed his quality in the final third. And he sort of comes into what is sort of a core of 3 strikers once again. I'd say the sort of main formation that Ricky's used at times has been a 4-2-3-1, but if he does want to mix it up and get a 2 up top as well, he's done that at times, and having the 3 strikers now, it certainly gives him a bit more creativity to make the changes if he wants to.
I think the way he's built the squad, he's got flexibility, and then you've got players like Greg Stewart as well that allows you that flexibility where you can sort of mix up the formation if you needed. And Josh Gemmell with a great header down, a great ball in from Cammy Bredner. It's no surprise that he was involved in that.
Yeah, perfect ball in there from Cammy Bredner, and Josh finding himself plenty of space, good movement in the middle, and he certainly wasn't going to miss from that distance out, was he? Just after giving the young striker a few words of praise there.
That's twice that's happened in this match.
Yes.
With the opposite reverse commentator's card.
Touch of the commentator.
Brilliant. That's more like it from the Braves, and Cammy Bredner's he's got his season off to a good start with a good assist. Josh Gemmell as well will be very happy to get on the score sheet. Ross McNeil now, he'll be jumping at the bit to get on the score sheet as well. He'll not want to be left out of this party. Changes been made here. Cameron Bredner going off. Or is it? Oh no, he's just switching to the right. Sorry, that was Zach Butterworth's gone off. Cameron Bredner to the right.
And that's Liam McCartney coming on the left-hand side. Young 18-year-old player that I've really enjoyed watching the under-20s, and I wasn't shocked at all to see him off the contract to join up with the first team squad this season. Sort of the under-20s games, you'd see him just taking on men, scoring big goals, and obviously a different challenge stepping up into the first team this season. He did make his debut last year against Queen of the South, and he's got really good ability and also changing goal. I think the fan favourite in the chat today, Bernie White's off, and he's replaced by Carl King, our new goalkeeper, 20 years old, and he's came in this season to really give some good competition, and I'm excited to see him on the park. Enzo Wright as well, coming on at right back.
That's good to see. I know
right back, I think, actually.
Cameron Bredner with that.
Almost caught him out there.
Testing the goalkeeper, he is cooking already, Callum. I'm excited to see that.
Well, Cammy loves to play on both wings. You know, he can cut inside onto that left foot or take his man on down the left-hand side, really versatile. But I will give a special mention to Enzo Wright there. He did make his return for the under-20s at the end of the season, but this is the first time we've seen Enzo Wright featuring for the Braves first team in over a year now.
For me, it's certainly
13, 14 months, and he's a really good lad, 18, 19 years old as well. Central midfielder, he's out last season with a cruciate ligament injury. I'm delighted to see him back playing once again.
Cameron Bredner gets the ball across. Ross McNeil is on the score sheet.
There's McNeil's goal. He would have been keen to get onto that. A great set piece once again. Cameron Bredner nodded down by Daniel Martins, and Ross McNeil. We said Josh Gemmell wasn't going to miss that from there. Ross McNeil certainly was going to miss from there.
No celebration from Ross, because why would you? Why would you celebrate just doing your job, eh? Fantastic from Ross McNeil. It's good to see.
Well, does the postman celebrate when he delivers the post?
Absolutely not. So Ross McNeil
usually not. No.
But good, brilliant, and Cameron Bredner again. It's his ball across. It's just on the money 9 times out of 10. If you could save this for the competitive matches, then we are in for a treat. Let me tell you that. Cameron Bredner, Zach Butterworth, Ross McNeil, the McLaren brothers, Lennon Walker, Keane Spears, East Kilbride are shaking in their boots, Callum.
So they are.
As we speak. Martin McCarthy's just caught under the ball there slightly. It was a good ball, to be fair to him. Greg Stewart, that's what I mean when we say that he's so composed. He's just gone across there and taking a touch with the outside of his boot to control the ball there in his own box. Great to see. I think it's a free kick to the Braves, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting to see how they choose to get out of this. The new signing goalkeeper, Carl King, on.
Yeah, so I mentioned for Carl King there in the Braves goal, Ricky's definitely been keen this season to get a bit more sort of competition between his goalkeeping options. No disrespect to obviously any of the goalkeepers we had signed up previously, good talented players, but Carl maybe a little bit closer to Bernie White in terms of competition. He was with Elgin last season and played in League 2. He's only 20 years old, which is especially young for a goalkeeper, of course, and
but also the average of the Caledonian Braves.
But he's maybe more of a goalkeeper that, not to say Bernie's not good with his feet, but maybe more of a technical goalkeeper, the ball at his feet, from what we've heard. And you know, you're saying he feels comfortable coming for crosses. Maybe Bernie White, shot-stopping goalkeeper, of course, and
I could maybe
have different attributes to each other, and Ricky will be keen for those two to really push each other. From all accounts, we hear that Bernie will be first choice coming to the season, but you can never know obviously what happens throughout the course of the season, and you really do want to have that competition.
It might be a case of Daniel Martins has just had his legs swiped, but he's back up. It might be a case, Ricky thinking he could use a different goalkeeper for different circumstances. Bernie White in a game where he thinks that the Braves, and Enzo right here into the box. Oh, he's flying along there. No holes barred. And then Camelon Junior's heel break as they pass the halfway line here, and they switch it out to the left hand side. That's a poor pass. Cameron Bredner reads it comfortably. Now they'll heel break. This is what I love to see. This is what I come for. Out to Ross McNeil rather, gets the ball across, doesn't quite make it, but it'll go out for a corner. But yeah, as I was saying, it might be a case, Callum, that in a game where Ricky's expecting us to be a little bit more under the cosh, that you get the shot stopper Bernie White in, and then in a game where the Braves are expected to have more possession to build from the back, then it could be a case that it'll start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think ideally you don't want to see too much chopping and changing, I guess, for your goalkeepers, do you? But
exactly.
I think, yeah.
But it's good to have that option. Cammy Bredner gets the ball across here, doesn't beat the first man. Came in here. Oh, it's nice feet there. Camelon will break. The Braves do well to get back though, and Enzo Wright will take that on the chest comfortably. Just had to lunge a little bit to get to that. Did well. Now Greg Stewart here in centre back, rolls his foot over the ball into Christian Getka, turns, gets a little bit stuck under his own feet. Oh my goodness, that's a really bad challenge for a pre-season friendly. And the referee's not even going to punish him in the form of a yellow card. No, he's just getting a talking to. I didn't like that at all. That was unnecessary. It was confirmed by the afters that he gave him as well, and for a few choice words. Anyway, Kane Spears into Martin MacArthur. Christian Getka gets back up. He's not going to roll about for too long. Daniel Martins now picks his head up, puts a lovely ball into Josh Gamble. Can he get on the end of it? Not quite. It's good though. Good movement, good ball, good awareness from Daniel Martins. But Camelon will come, go down the middle. That's brilliant from Greg Stewart. Again, just reads the game so well. He's out of position now, however. No, he's back. Camelon now will go down the right hand side, chops inside. Martin MacArthur does well to get his body in the way. He's backed up by Christian Getka and the ball goes out for a throw in. Martin MacArthur into Keane Spears. Comfortable in possession as Keane. Plays it back to Greg Stewart. Pops it up to Ross McNeil. Does well, gets his body in. Was slightly looking for that, but I do think he was impeded. Referee waves his arms. Doesn't agree. Camelon now will come down the left hand side here. Cammy Bredner is in there. I'm so excited to see Cammy Bredner this season. Callum, he could be one of the best players, one of the most influential players in the league.
And
is that too much to say?
I'd agree with you there. You know how much big a fan of Cammy Bredner I am. Ever since you came into the club, I've been.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
Camelon now into midfield. Christian Getka still running about. He must be on about 11 kilometres by now. Camelon down the right hand side. Martin MacArthur's getting a wee bit ragdolled there as he's pulled back by the Camelon defender. Not quite sure he committed the first foul, but the referee has given a free kick to Camelon.
I would say a good headache to have it, so I wouldn't fully envy Ricky Waddle having to pick between Zach Butterworth, Connor McLaren now, and Cammy Bredner all being out and out wingers, as Lennon Walker is as well. So I'm starting the number 10 position. That might alleviate that headache a little bit, but then you've still got like some Scott Kuzik to come into the squad as well, and it's a tough choice.
If you're watching the Euros now though, the teams that are making it further are the teams that have got the strength and depth.
Certainly, yeah.
And
we need them all throughout this season to come.
There's no doubt, exactly. And I hope it's not the case, but all it takes is for one of them to get injured, and then you've got a bit of a problem. So to have that depth is fantastic. Camelon, that's good header away from Josh Gamble, doing good work in both boxes.
Chance to break here. Liam McCartney's away on the right hand side. If Keane Spears can find him, he's got Cammy Bredner down the left, and he slips into Cammy Bredner now. Breaking into the box, Cammy Bredner is going to hit this left footed. Can't keep it on target though. And after all that, Bruce, Cammy Bredner, a bit of a wayward finish at the end of that move.
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, his confidence is obviously high, so possibly there was an argument that he could have squared that pass there across his teammate on the right hand side, but the vein of form that he's in from the end of the season, he's obviously, and this game itself, he had one thing in his mind. You can't really grudge him that, but Camelon manager's getting a yellow card in a pre-season friendly. Just shows you the passion.
Yeah, so a few questions coming in as well in the chat. I've been noticing oppositions they Camelon do play in the East of Scotland division, which is sort of a league below, a step below us. At that stage of the Scottish pyramid, you really do have a lot of a bit of a bottleneck. A lot of clubs with big ambitions trying to push up, and honestly the quality of football doesn't change all too much. I'd say personally, what I've seen some West of Scotland teams, you know, we certainly learned that last season when we played a team in the division below us, Troon from the West of Scotland League, and got a bit of a tough game there, you know, and certainly got to respect the quality in these divisions, but we are a step above Camelon, who have certainly had some decent spells in this match as well, and finished 4th in their division last year, just outside chance to get promotion playoffs.
Yeah, and they've definitely, I mean, if I wasn't aware of the league that they were in and the league that the Braves were in, if you told me that Camelon were in the Lowland League with the Braves, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. They're playing good football and they've got good players, but maybe just not quite as good at all round, I would say, as the Braves. But
it's the kind of thing you can do to sum up Scottish football, though, as you've seen, you know, a couple of seasons ago, Darvel, league below us, as well, beating giant Aberdeen in the Cup. There's certainly quality there. You've seen Johnston, Borough. I'm not even sure what level of the game they're at, but they signed, you know, big name players, Carl Lafferty, former
Graham Dorrans,
Northern Ireland international, Graham Dorrans, both of them from Rangers.
A good friend Cameron Crooks as well.
Shout out there as well, yeah. So certainly there's a lot of clubs with ambition signing good players, and quality won't always change all too much, but I think you've seen that little step up from the Braves here today, especially in that final third of the chances we've taken here. But Camelon have certainly had spells in this game, and I'm sure they'll be looking forward to their season ahead. There's only so much you can read from a pre-season match, of course, at the end of the day.
Well, what I've read from this match is that we have a lot to be excited for this season.
That's good. That's a good reading. You there, Fraser?
Yes, I've been practicing. But yeah, absolutely. You can't, as we've said, can't read too much into a pre-season friendly, but we've got ambition at this club.
Optionist cuts it back. Just can't quite find a teammate there. Chance for the Braves out.
I love his passion. Anytime he does, he's not made many mistakes, but anytime he does, he is not happy about it. So he's got high standards for himself, and that can only be a good thing for the team. Greg Stewart, it just looks so chilled. Steps over the ball, plays it back to the goalkeeper. It's almost like he doesn't think there's a game going on. Great to watch. Leo McCartney here plays the ball over the top to Ross McNeil. He's stolen a march on the defender.
Flags up for offsides.
Too much of a march. Good play from Leo McCartney, good play from Ross McNeil. Leo's been told to go, and he does. Maybe a little bit late, but it's worked out. Leo McCartney is receiving a lot of instructions from all over the park here. And it looks like he's quite tired from his exertions in the last couple of minutes. He'll be happy that the ball's at the other side of the pitch here. It's quite entertaining to watch. Ross McNeil, elder statesman in the team, just talking him through the game, which is good. He'll learn from that. He'll know when to go and when not to. I mean, he knows already, but I think it's good to have that guidance as well from more experienced pros in the team.
Liam McCartney, a player that does have a bit of a nickname in the squad as well. Fraser, see if you can guess what it is. It is after an animal.
Myself.
An animal.
Fox?
No.
Tiger.
No, Tiger, that's it. I've heard that a few times.
Wow, that's quite a good nickname. I'm guessing that's to do with the hair. Which I might add.
It's quite a good guess.
For those who are unaware, I also have similar coloured hair, so anything I do,
not quite that.
Yeah, maybe not quite as
same shade.
As fiery, but
not as tigery. You can be the fox if you want.
Oh, lovely pass from Ross McNeil through to Josh Gilmore. He's running, he's got the head, ears pinned back. Can he get the shot away? He does, but the goalkeeper spreads himself.
That's a really good save in all fairness there to stop Josh Gilmore there. The interplay was fantastic, but pressure's going to keep coming here. It's Cammy Bredner. Just stands on the ball a wee bit there, and unlucky for Cammy Bredner there.
Yeah, there must have been some external forces acting on Cammy Bredner there. Very unusual.
That was one of my moves, that was.
Someone with his voodoo doll out there was messing about with him, because he doesn't do that too often, but
I will actually tell you, Fraser, I had my first game of 11 aside in a long time last week, and I've been in already today, showing it to the gaffer before the game. You know, he's busy. I said, Ricky, check this out.
You're signing inbound.
Nice little cross from me. I was playing on the right wing as well. So I said, Ricky, what do you think? It was good cross. Get a chance on the bench. Cole Stars came in, he said no chance. Oh, okay.
Block out the haters as Neil McCartney is. Takes on his man. Oh, he checks inside. Well. He does well to get. Oh, he shoots just over the bar. Fantastic though.
I like the idea.
Brilliant. When he's moving full pelt with the pink boots and the orange hair, it's good to see. Can't miss him.
That's your first mention of a boot this season. Fraser's usually straight on the pink boots, so Keane Spears in the middle of the park as well.
Yeah, exactly. What's happened to football these days, Cal?
I
love it though.
You love it.
I do.
As many people in the stream will know from previous occasions, Fraser man with the golden boots when he plays bright gold.
Yeah, I haven't earned the privilege of wearing gold boots, but I bought them anyway.
Have you not worn them yet?
No, I've worn them.
Oh,
I'm saying I haven't earned.
Oh, you haven't. Okay.
That privilege, I don't.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
It's more sort of lends itself to a Cammy Bredner or a Zach Butterworth, not really a Fraser Godden, but anyway. Greg Stewart, he knows he's a centre back now. He wears black boots. That was another roulette, by the way. It's 3-1 to Camelon.
It's 4-1 where it matters.
Yeah, 4-1 when it matters.
On the scoreline.
3-1 in roulettes.
So after this for the Braves, we'll be back on the road for a few more friendlies. We've got a good trip up to play Forest Mechanics next week. Fraser, up to Aviemore. Have you been yourself?
Aviemore's beautiful.
I've never been, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Oh, Aviemore's gorgeous. You've got the Cairngorms up there. You can take your skis. Not at this time of year, possibly, but yeah, good, beautiful part of the world. Camelon now with the cross in. Cammy Bredner plays out to Leo McCartney. Let's see him open the legs up. It's a difficult pass back to Cammy Bredner. He actually starts the Camelon attack.
I was thinking of there.
Oh, that's lovely feat.
That was nice there, yeah.
Camelon goal scorer.
Another chance to break again though. Christian Getke gets his head up, looks for Ross McNeil down the middle. He's touched down and good control in all fairness there.
That's actually perfect.
Pressure on either side of him.
Oh, lovely feat again from the number 4.
Yeah, certainly. Showing they've got some good talent in this team, came on. But yeah, up to Aviemore, good opportunity for the squad. Actually, for the first time ever, the squad going up for sort of a bonding weekend, which is, you know, again, testament to the progress made of the club. So,
fantastic.
Chance
Did you receive an invite for the full weekend or just match day?
I'm actually going for the rest of the weekend, but not the match day, which is interesting. But we'll have some coverage from the game. I'm unavailable on Friday night, unfortunately. So I'll be up for the rest of the weekend.
Good stuff. That'll be good.
Team bonding session. Shout out to our videographer Adam up there filming the match, as he always does. He'll be along for that game. Looking forward to Adam.
Yes.
He says yes.
As always.
There's a delay on his stream as well. But yeah, great content from Adam. He's best in the business.
And then,
I'm sure you'll all agree.
So then, yeah, so going up, not just for the trip to experience a bit of the country and the team to bond a little bit, abseiling in order for the squad, I believe, and then...
I don't like the idea of that. Hopefully they'll wear two helmets and wrap themselves up in bubble wrap.
Of course, paying the insurance before that, don't worry, no worries there. So
don't let Jack McDowell or Enzo Wright anywhere near it there.
Well, I believe there'll be a social night out afterwards, which I'm more worried about than the abseiling, losing some members of the squad, but it should be a fun weekend up for the boys and a chance to bond, and after that 2 more friendlies, a shot from distance cracks off, wide of the goal, no threat there, and then 2 more friendlies to come after that. We'll have Newmains United away and Arthur Lee, I think it is as well.
Yep.
As our final
closer
friendlies.
To home.
Yes.
A little bit closer to home.
But the chance to play a Highland League team is very rare.
Yeah.
You know, I personally sort of looked out for the Scottish Cup draws when they came out, and I don't know what you want in the cup ties. That's our chance for us to progress up. But you obviously kind of want a winnable tie because we could get to the later rounds and face your Celtics and Rangers of the world. But from a wee selfish point of view, I've sort of looked up to Oranair United. I've always looked forward to maybe getting a wee trip up to the Highlands like this. Last year we had Fraserburgh at home. That would have been a good away day. So a chance got to Forest, and Aviemore is going to be very exciting for the boys next week.
Yeah. Forest Mechanics got to have one of the best names in football.
So I agree there. So. Right up there, the Caledonian Braves.
True. Inverurie local works as well. Big fan of that. Josh Gemmell breaks in. Oh, that's a lovely.
Unlucky that.
I thought it was a lovely pass. It's not quite like that. Was a fizzing pass though. Back to the goalkeeper he does well to take it under control. Greg Stewart. Oh, he just does everything so simply. It's brilliant. Leo McCartney. Nice idea, just didn't quite come off.
So everyone in the chat, we are approaching the full-time whistle here. If you'd like, drop your voting for man of the match. It won't be the official one, but unofficial votes for man of the match here today. Certainly been some impressive performers out there as the ball's looped into the middle. So let us know who you think the best player has been today.
Who do you think?
I was about to ask you the exact same question there, Fraser.
Well, I got in there because I'm not quite sure, so I thought I'll ask you first.
I think Lennon Walker had some really impressive moments in this game, as well as scoring that first goal. Zach Butterworth down the right, a pair of assists.
Yeah. I think it's hard to disagree with that, really, isn't it?
I think it may be one of those two for me, yeah. Obviously, a lot of players have changed throughout the game. I think Dan's had a really solid match in the half defence. As the full-time whistle is blown here, as the Braves' first full pre-season friendly comes to an end, and it's a 4-1 victory. So Fraser couldn't start pre-season off in a much better form than that.
Fantastic, yeah. I think Ricky will sleep well tonight. You can see the front four gelling well in the first half. Conor McLaren, Reg McLaren, Lennon Walker and Zach Butterworth causing problems. And then we saw goals. And then we also saw some old faces coming in at the second half and play well as well. Cammy Bredner, he's cooking, he's back. His holidays are done, he's ready to go, and that's good to see. Josh Gemmell getting on the score sheet and Ross McNeil as well, so fantastic. I don't really think we could ask for much more.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, and huge thanks to everyone that tuned in today. Just seeing there on our stats, 1,264 viewers overall throughout, so that's fantastic support coming in. Really do appreciate it. I know Ricky and all the players are loving the support coming in, so keep your comments coming in on YouTube, Instagram, stay subscribed, follow us on all our platforms because there's going to be some good content to come. We've got plenty planned, as well as match days of course. We want to bring you guys whatever you guys want to see, so I hope you will enjoy what's coming up. But Fraser, I'd like to say thank you for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed the game today.
Pleasure, loved it. Yeah, no, thank you for listening to us as well and joining. And hopefully every other game this season will see the same success for the Braves.
Brilliant. Right, well, thanks to everyone for tuning in, and we will be back with more coverage for our upcoming games. So make sure you keep an eye on all our social media channels. I've been your commentator, Callum Ratcher, and I'd like to say thank you for listening, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.